Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, we're cracking open a new bottle of Savage & Cooke American Whiskey Cask Strength, finished in Zinfandel Barrels. So super excited to try this one. This happened to be, coincidentally, this was a suggestion by Thomas Anderson, had said, if I ever come across any of these, at the same time, Steve was in the store and came across some of these. So I'm like, get me a couple of them. So I can't wait to try them because he said they were absolutely delicious. So, that hurts right there. Let's get into the particulars on this one, and then we'll see what they taste like. Oh, there you go. I got it back again. All right, so this one comes in at 113 proof. We got it for $27.99. This is produced and bottled by Savage & Cooke out of Viejo, California. The mash bill is 66% corn, 30% rye, 4% malted barley. And according to the website, this is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, a minimum of 4 years or longer. That's why it's only American whiskey and it's not an actual bourbon, because it has to be in brand new bourbon barrels to be a bourbon. Once it's deemed mature by master distiller Jordan Villa, he transfers it into Dave Finney's Zinfandel Barrels for at least 2 more months. So that's how this comes down. So, which was cool to actually read about. That was actually one of the better cookbooks we've had in a while. When you see American whiskey, sometimes you're like, you're not sure if it's, you know what I mean? Like it kind of
like the one I bought that time.
Well, yeah, you never know what it's going to take, but it makes sense that if it's aged in an ex-bourbon barrel, then that's why. You know what I mean? Because it can't be a bourbon unless it's in a brand new barrel. So,
and once again, it's always good to see the big red stickers.
No, that was the best part about it. The whole thing was when he, coincidentally, he's like, if you when Thomas Anderson wrote, hey, if you see these, I'm like, I think that's what I have Steve grabbing right now, and it was. All right, let's see what we got here. It was funny when I first did it, I didn't get a smell, but now I just rolled.
I get. It's a little unique.
Gets. Yeah.
I'm almost getting that powder again.
Which means he smells oak for those people. Let me translate it into the English language for everybody. Honestly, every time you say I get powder, it's a double oak or something to that effect. I'm getting the. I can smell the wine, like that hint
that's
of
what I was
that.
trying to, but
you're not getting that.
No, not really. But
it's actually, to me, like if I had to guess. It's a Zin, but I'm actually smelling more like the sherry, like the dark red fruit type of a smell on it. Finn, lay down, buddy. You can't dig a hole.
The taste is very.
No, I haven't tried it yet. The nose is actually very good. I can smell your oak.
You might almost get the Zin flavor in the middle. I don't know if I'd pick that out in a blind. It's tasty though.
Oh, there's a big burst right at the end where you get, it's different.
To me, not in a bad way.
No, I'm not there yet. Hold on. You got to give me another sip. I'm going on the whole coating effect of it all, though. I mean, it is 113 proof, so it's drinking. That was my first sip of the day. But it actually like exploded right at the end, right? When I went to swallow, it was like, where it actually had it's still in my mouth.
No, it definitely, this time I swished, and it definitely sticks around. And you do kind of get the oak when you swish it.
Mm-hmm. I'm torn because I'm almost getting a fruity caramel is what I'm actually getting. Like I could smell caramel there, but I am getting like almost like a red wine smell with it. And again, if I'm not looking at the fact that it's finished,
that's what I'm saying.
So I'm trying not to think, but it is definitely like a red fruit smell. So I'll get off the wine because I know that it's finished in a Zin, but it has like that. Like I just drank some of the Ezra Brooks that was finished in, I think, in a port cask. Up there.
That one hidden?
Yeah, no, it's right over there. And
I haven't tried that one in a while.
No, it's right there. It's right in the front. I actually tried some last night, and you really get that
delightful
fruit. You get that really good fruit flavor
that's right.
out of it.
Yeah, that one did.
Mm-hmm.
That was in a port or something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a different taste
Hmm.
in the middle, and it's not. I don't know how to describe it. It's not. I mean, this has 30% rye too. It's got a nice
No,
little pepper to it.
it does. I would probably definitely say that it's got a good amount of rye, and or be confused proof, but it does have good proof too. So it's
My only thing, the flavor is bringing me. It almost has that Willet flavor. Without, it's not all the way to the straw, but you taste like herbs in it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what I do with same thing with the Kentucky Owl. It starts bringing me, excuse me, towards that. Like it's a different flavor. I
it
got
does.
it one time
I'll give
too.
you it is a different flavor.
Yeah.
But again, to me, I don't get that grass and that flavor, so it's not bad, and I don't mind. This is definitely going to stand out.
Mhm.
If we had it up against like a regular bourbon, it's definitely going to stand out. But would it with an Angel's Envy? I'm not really sure.
No, I'm almost getting and there's none in it. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like that. Remember the soft red wheat? You got that wheat flavor in it. Well, I did. I actually picked it out. I'm getting that where I'm getting, and there's no wheat in it, and maybe it's the rye flavor that's really coming through, where it's really bringing
It's 30%.
like an herbally rye. It's not grassy and it's not a hay. It actually tastes like a wheat. Like sometimes when I
who
get
knows what ex-bourbon barrels they were in either.
two.
You know what I mean? That could
correct.
be. So that maybe whatever that was is maybe has that what's given that little after effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because it didn't say really where they came from.
Not in the research that I did. It just said ex bourbon barrels, but I kind of get that. I get that. I like that. It tastes like wheat. Like it tastes like when you get actually you know what this really reminds me of? When we did the aged. My mind went blank. Maker's Mark, the cellar aged. Remember I told you I could taste the wheat in that one day?
And you didn't. I really enjoyed that one. And that's
because
fair to Midland.
Well, no, it was the same. It was the same scenario when I did the soft red wheat. I loved it in the beginning, but the more I went in it, in fact, I killed the bottle. The more I went in it, the more it. Well, because it was in the last blind, it was only a little bit left. The more I went in it, I really could taste that wheat throughout when you were drinking it. So it kind of brought you off profile when you put it in a blind.
This is going to stand out if we don't go up against something else in them. Probably in a wine bottle of some sort or a barrel, because it does have a unique middle flavor, especially.
I'm going to be curious to see. Now, smelling this, I'm going to do the same thing. I want to see if it changes. Smelling this with the smell of the finish I'm getting what may turn into a black licorice. You know what this reminds me of? I couldn't think of the name. That Corsips, Whips, and
see, I like that one.
It's kind of bringing me in that realm. If you haven't tried that one, I forget who even made that. Corsips.
Do you know
Whips.
what? Yeah, the only place I really ever see that one is down in Foxborough too. He had a couple different ones.
Yeah,
and
he
didn't really care for the first time, so I didn't get another one.
You know why? Because
the different one though. It wasn't the same.
I think this is going to open up into black licorice, and I think I'm going to have to go 2 thumbs down on it when it does. It's bringing me in that realm when I'm drinking it. It's kind of this. You know what? Perfect example. It's bringing me to what Noah's Mill does, where it gives me that,
I like
and
that
you
one
don't
too,
get that flavor.
No.
Where it brings me to that black licorice in the middle, and I'm not. I kind of get, because again, that's a Willet product, so I get that weird funk in the middle.
And that's one I don't mind that one at all, but.
That's probably the oldest bottle I have behind us. Still,
I told you, I take it off your hands.
Just can't get it in me. I keep it for this reason. I mean, I'd be curious to see where it would go.
Be a barrel,
right?
Battle,
or if
rather.
I stuck that in, like we should stick it in a blind. I think that is like 117 or something like that too.
114 at least. Actually, it might be 114.
It's funny because the nose keeps changing. Sometimes I think I'm getting a hint of the black licorice. But then all of a sudden it's like, nope, that's a caramel with like a.
I've really never seen these, so I don't know if these guys are big, or if they're now no longer. Was this a one-time collaboration type deal?
Well, they have multiple bottles. I can tell you that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but are they all marked down in red? So
the other one was
is that like a Thomas More type deal?
No, I don't know. I didn't. We're not the deep dive channel.
no,
I just gave you the particulars on it.
I
And,
just was talking to somebody on
yeah.
that, and they're like, "Guys don't really throw out a lot of facts." I'm like, "If that's what you're looking for, there's plenty of channels that
There's
do. We're not
that's
going to
just
be
it.
in a group."
I wasn't trying to copy and give you the history of how the
Or-
you
nor
can
do-
go look that up.
honestly, nor do
Yeah.
I have the time to be
Yeah.
sitting around and doing all the bottles that you have over there,
Well-
or we have over there, and doing the amount of research. I mean,
Well, I do a
You
lot
do.
of research, but it's
But-
yeah. I'm just saying, I didn't. We don't have to know. Me
We don't.
personally, I don't care. I want to know if their whiskey's good. I didn't have to know that they started in.
is it worth the money?
1815.
That's
Yeah,
kind of the
no,
whole
100%.
Ethic of the channel is. Like, honestly, at $30, I'm pretty happy with this.
Right.
I'm not disappointed. I
Even-
know you're saying it's going to have
No,
all
no,
those funks
no,
that
we'll
you
see.
don't like, but
Even at the $55.99, if that's what it
At 113?
at the
it's a
I can't even speak
six
today.
year almost, right? For 4
Yeah.
in one and 2 in the other.
Well,
2
2 months.
months. Yeah,
So,
so
it's
it's a
just
4 year.
over 4 years.
Yeah, I'm not sad.
There is a nice oaky presence though. Like this has a ton of flavor. I say this about a lot of whiskeys. It has a ton of flavor. Whether you like the flavor or not is 100% on
It's
to
getting
you.
to be like a really sweetness in the nose now.
See, I got that right off the bat. That's where that red fruit was coming in. Like it was really, I was getting that right off the bat, and it has a nice oaky presence too. Even that Corset whips in whatever one that we did in the beginning, I really liked it. But the more I kept going back to it, it had a little weird funk that's going on.
There's-
I'll be
there's a
curious to
different
see how
flavor in
this
this.
opens up. There's a ton of flavor.
Yeah, and there's a different one in
Yes.
there too. There's a different one that rides in the middle, and then kind of.
No, I know
If that's how it's hitting you, that's fine.
it is. It is.
It's not hitting me, but
it's giving me that vibe. It's not full fledged yet, where I'm like, no, I can't do it. I mean, for what and this is a steal at $27.99. There
I
is
agree.
so much flavor that's
I
coming
agree.
out of this.
and
Again,
and
I
proof
don't-
and everything. It
Yeah.
is a steal.
I'm not sure I 100% agree with all the flavors right now. I can't wait to try their rye and see if it has that same thing, because it kind of bringing me in with that little willet funk in the beginning. But there's a million people out there that like that. It's just
Again, it doesn't phase me because
Yeah,
I don't get that. So
right. It's just
I
not.
don't get the grass or the black licorice. And black licorice I could tolerate, but
Yeah, that's one of my worst. You know what?
what are you going for a grade
Good point.
before we miss
Okay.
it?
I don't know where to go with this with the grade, because it is very good. It's not hitting me where I like it yet. I think this is. I'm afraid with my grade that I'm going to want to change it in a week when
to
I
a
go
lower
back.
grade?
Yeah, because it's gonna.
I'm not disappointed. I'm BB plus, honestly. I don't get all those negative vibes. You're probably more to B minus C plus, but, or B. I for the price and the
If you're at a
and
BB
the-
plus, I could go with a B plus. I want to stress the fact, if you guys tried this, leave a comment down below. I'd be curious to see A, how much is distributed, and B, what you
Yeah.
guys think of it. But the ones that I named, I don't mind a B plus. This has a ton of flavor at a great proof and a great price. This is a very good bottle. I'm not sure it's going to open up to be my favorite, but it's one of them. It's off profile. It is a burst
definitely-
of flavor.
If
but
you
it is
if
definitely-
you put this up against a regular bourbon, it is going to stand out like a sore thumb.
it's kind of like when we did the Castle and Key. Remember, there was a weird
There is-
tweak to that,
It's-
and this is
A lot of them do have that.
and this
actually.
is kind of in that realm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's unique beyond a shadow of a doubt. So
But it doesn't hit me as in a bad way. So like me, like the Corset and Whips, you didn't care for it. I didn't mind that one. But you know,
Right.
and a lot of the ones that, you know, the owls have been fair. They're not worth the money.
no, but I end
That's
up
what it is.
I end up picking them out. Oh, 100%. And you know what? The more I keep drinking it, that little black licorice is going away. I mean, there was a lot of caramel. There was a I'm gonna have to see how it opens up. I'm
The
wondering
nose
if
is
it's
pretty good.
I'm wondering if it's the oak giving a slight tannic taste, like the oak and Eden. You know what I mean? Where it's bringing me in that little bit. There's a twang
So
to this one.
if there's one, that one did rub me the wrong way. That was a real, very, very heavy oak.
Right, where this I think is borderline in that. I mean, I do like it. I like your B plus. We can go with that one. So I can't wait to try the rye over there too, eventually. But thank you, Tom, for actually suggesting
Yes, thank
this
you.
one. I mean, again, leave a comment down below if you've tried it. I'm gonna have to come back to this one.
There's
and
almost
let
like a
this
maple
go for-
syrup in the nose now.
I've been getting that caramel. I told you caramel fruit.
It's
in the
more now
beginning,
maple
but-
syrup though.
Yeah. There's that little twang that I'm not sure what it is. So, all right. Well, there you go. This is the Savage and Cooke American Whiskey Cask, finished in a Zinfandel barrel. That's our review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.